To take a look at your love life, your love situation with your person, Sagittarius, and how to get that third party out of the way. Get them gone. How do you get the third party gone? So, this, of course, is a general reading for those of you Sagittarius dealing with a third party situation. So, keep in mind, Sagittarius, if for some reason this message doesn't quite resonate with you, don't panic. Don't panic. It just means that you need to subscribe to this channel so that in the next few days, when your message drops, you're the first one to know about it. Also, keep in mind, Sagittarius, this reading is so specific that it's as close as, ooh, oh my goodness. It's as close as you're going to get actually to a personal reading on this topic. So keep that in mind. And also the fact that sometimes when we're looking at these tarot readings, Sagittarius, we're saying to ourselves, well, this hasn't happened and this hasn't happened. Well, tarot is predictive as well. So maybe you're not at the point yet where this has played out or the actions being spoken on have played out into the 3D world. So keep that all in mind as you take in this reading, Sagittarius. The first thing we're going to do is pull a few cards here to see if this is a situation in which you can actually get the third party gone. All right. And one spirit says, yeah, it's totally doable. We'll go into very specific messages regarding how you can achieve that goal. All right, so let's get some messages on the board, Spirit, for my Sagittarius that are dealing with third party situations. How do they get that third party gone, out of the way? And your first message, Sagittarius, comes by way of the Page of Pentacles, followed by the Strength card. And I think I'm going to move these over slightly so that you'll be able to see the whole spread. So if it's cut off for the moment, just keep that in mind. So we have the Strength card, and we also have the Five of Cups. So Sagittarius, what I'm seeing here with the Page of Pentacles is that you in some ways have thought about what you can do to go back to the drawing board, Sagittarius. Go back to the drawing board with your person in order to once again become the quote unquote apple of their eye. You see how this figure in the Page of Pentacles is looking intently into this pentacle, almost as if they see something inside of great value beyond the value of the coin itself. So, looking at your situation, thinking about when your relationship was young, right? And this is coming through as advice as well, Sagittarius, to look at your situation as if it were young again. Like, think about some of the things that you did at the onset of the connection, which maybe, as things went along, as time went along, you kind of fell away from doing those things, and seeing what it is that you can infuse back into your relationship to make it fresh and new again. And with the Strength card, we do have our confirmation here, Sagittarius, that this is a situation that you can change. You can turn it in your favor. You have everything within. And as you can see, the female figure in this card guiding this lion, soothing this lion, basically doing what most of us would not think to do in real life with a lion, and have our hands and our bodies so close as it is, knowing that, this lion is a beast. So in other words, you have the strength to take control of the situation, but you can do so by relying on your gentleness and the feminine side of your nature. And that's whether you are masculine or feminine. We have both qualities within all of us. So, Spirit is saying to look to those more feminine qualities of caring, empathy, that type of thing, which I know seems really really, Spirit, I'm going to be empathetic towards my person, right? But as the spread unfolds here, we'll see why that advice is being called for. But the Strength card just showing its face lets me know that Sagittarius, you can get rid of the third party. You can get that third party gone. So we're going to move forward here, but there is a lot of regret here, a lot of sadness on your part. And Sagittarius, this is about moving past that, moving beyond it. If you can see in the background of this card, there's like a cityscape emerging right there in the corner. And there's a bridge here on this side. There is a way back to what it is that you want with your person, Sagittarius. All right, this is looking hopeful. So let's dig in further with the tarot. And I'm going to pull some cards here that give us the specifics, step by step, of what it is that needs to be done in your situation, Sagittarius. This is a spread that I created myself over time, and it gets not only great results, it just gets right to the heart of the matter and really digs into what it is that needs to happen in your situation. So let me give my cards here as Spirit's instructing me the last few shuffles. And as I do, I ask that you take this time not only to concentrate on your person so that the messages come through are specific for you, but also if you have not already joined the tribe here at my channel by subscribing, I invite you and encourage you to do so. We'll have more of these types of messages as time goes on here, and you don't want to miss out on any of it. All right, so Spirit says one more shuffle, and we will get things moving here. So Spirit, what does my lovely Sagittarius have to do to get this third party gone? Let's break it down here. So first off the bat, I have the Six of Cups, followed by the Eight of Staffs, which is the Eight of Wands. And then we have the Five of Wands in the reverse. I'm trying to make sure I get them here on camera for you. Followed by, we have the Shaman, which is indeed the High Priestess. Next off the top here, we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. We've got this page showing up twice on the board. So this message about looking to see what it is that you can create, that wonder that you had at the beginning, is very strong. Even though this page is coming in the reverse, it will have its own specific message. However, the fact that it's here twice just really lays it plain for me that that's a message to double down on. We also have the Five of Swords in the reverse. All right, and then I'm going to give one more quick shuffle here as Spirit is asking me to do. And we'll get into drawing the rest here. Next off, we have the Knight of Wands, followed by the Page of Cups in the reverse. We've got a lot of pages showing up here, a lot of court cards, period, which means there are people directly involved in this situation, guiding and directing it. We have the Six of Swords in the reverse, and our final card draw is the Three of Swords. Okay, lots of swords, lots of wands, lots of people on the board. Underlying this energy on the bottom of the deck is the Moon in the reverse. Wow, this is quite an interesting spread here. All right, so first off the bat here, Sagittarius, I'm looking into your person's head directly in their heart, and I'm seeing the 6 of Cups. This is positive news for you because this card is directly speaking about, at the core of this all, in your person, in their mind, they still find this familiarity and comfort about being with you. Like there's something very comfortable, very familiar, very comforting to them in regards to you, which is, again, why I believe this message of the Page of Pentacles is so important, right? Like you can really dig in and play up that feeling and getting those feelings to rise above whatever your person's current actions are. And with the 8 of Wands, like, what I'm seeing with this is, excuse me for bumping the camera here. What I'm seeing with this is your person has this way about them where they got to get up and go. They got to feel like they're up, nah, up to something is the first things that were coming out of my mouth. So I'm going to go with them because nothing in readings is actually accidental. So yeah, they have to feel like they're up to something. They have to feel like there's action, there's movement, there's somewhere to go, somewhere to be, somewhere to be seen is what I'm saying, seeing with this page with this 8 of Wands. They like to be seen. They like people to take note of them, and this is extremely important to them, actually, that it's showing up in this position in the reading. So there is a feeling here, again, a familiarity, and I feel like for many of you Sagittarius, that you may have in your connection with this person come to a place where it's like that stage in a relationship where a lot of people, they're staying in more with their person, they're doing things around the house, or they're not necessarily going out and doing the things, like going out to eat, going out to a bar, going to a movie. They're not doing those types of activities. It's more like, Netflix and chill and staying around the house and tending to the everyday things in life where, you're taking care of your responsibilities together. And this person has felt bored because in their mind, in their heart, those other things are more exciting, and those other things mean that things are going well, that the relationship's going well, those things being seen out in public together, looking good on each other's arm, is it's a status thing, and you can call that vain. But at the same time, these are things that your person, whether or not they have verbalized these things to you, whether or not they have acted like it is so, it is important to them in this moment. Maybe it's not the most important thing always with them, but in this moment, this is what's important to them. This is what they're placing their thoughts and their attention on getting back out there and being the life of the party is really what I'm feeling with the connection of these both of these cards together. So in a sense, they do feel this lacking from what Spirit's telling me in their connection currently with you. And so that is a preamble to our next card, which is the 5 of Wands in the reverse. And so there feels to be like, for a period of time, Sagittarius, between you and your person, there may have been a lot of arguing going on. Maybe in some of your cases, a lot of contention, because contention is the word that is specifically coming to mind here. And so they were going through that back and forth with you, and in some cases, Sagittarius, you'll have to place this message with your situation if it fits. But it felt like the two of you were going through a period where you were trying to really see eye to eye and figure out who's who in the relationship and what's what kind of thing. Like, not the very beginning phases of what you would think of the relationship, but after you get past the honeymoon period and you're really trying to dig into, all right, this person has these habits. Can I deal with this? And they're figuring out the same about you. So you went through a period, from what Spirit is telling me, where that was the case. There was lots of kind of back and forth, contention, fighting, arguments. And then it may have happened suddenly, but that phase stopped and the fighting stopped, the arguing stopped, and it was just kind of like, okay, now we coexist in a way together, but we haven't quite worked out everything, right? There's still a lot that maybe bothers you about them, and vice versa, but no one's really taking the time to state those things because you know that it will lead to an argument, and who wants to argue? So there was this period that you entered into where that type of contention ended, and now you're just doing the day to day. And that is coupled with this energy we talked about up here, which was energy of wanting to be out and about, have exciting experiences, and be seen. Those two things are the opposite of each other. And that's how, in your person's mind, they were able to justify what they're doing now with this third party. So it's important to dig into the reasons as of why things happen so that we can figure out through Spirit's help what needs to happen, right? So none of this is being stated and drug up to hurt you in any way or trigger you. It is to say, okay, this is our situation. Let's look at it very straightforwardly up front, and then we can figure out what to do. All right, so as we look here at the High Priestess, we have the third party. And this person comes in as a person who, at least when it comes to your person, Sagittarius, they're pretty damn intuitive. So their ability to kind of read your person and know what's happening and how they're feeling and what they, the third party, can do in order to guide your person towards them, they're very, very intuitive. It's almost like they know, and your person's like, wow, this person gets me, right? That's what your person is in their mind saying about this third party, when in fact, this person is intuitive in many ways when it comes to your person. So that's kind of the upper hand that the third party has had thus far in this situation. In fact, it's probably the factor that has given them what may feel to you, Sagittarius, like a continual upper hand that you couldn't figure out how in the world does this person know how to interfere on the level that they're interfering on. Because I do feel like some of you are like, damn, why does this person always seem a couple steps ahead of me, right? So with the page of coins in the reverse, what I'm seeing with your person and how they're looking at the next steps with this third party is that it's almost like they don't have to think, they don't have to do, they can be, it's kind of like they can be childish if they want to, is what Spirit's saying. Y'all will have to let me know how you think that resonates for your person. But yeah, it's like with Sagittarius, I've got to be responsible. I've got to be all these things that's expected in the connection. But with this third party, they don't intend to act like a grown-up at all. That's actually good news for you, Sagittarius. They don't intend to be that stand-up person and act like all right, I'm going to be responsible, and me and third party person are going to carry on in a deeply committed connection, because that is not even what I'm seeing in your person's mind. Okay. So, whatever type of um, feeling your person is giving you, Sagittarius, about how serious they are about this third party, trust and believe that Spirit is saying, no, that's all a front. Okay? That is a front, which I believe is directly connected to the message we pulled earlier in the Strength card as to why this is a situation. And as this reading unfolds, I'm seeing it as a situation that wouldn't even be terribly difficult for you to get the upper hand and turn back around in your direction if that's what you choose to do, right? There's no love here in this Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So your person is not in love with this third party. So love's not a part of this picture. They're playing this game. They're having fun. They're being seen, and for whatever in their mind, your person's mind, this third party person is someone that is doing their image good in some kind of way to the people that they have exposed this third party to. And so it's kind of like this really immature game of, I can play around, I can do all these fun things with this third party, and I don't have to really be serious at all. I don't have to commit to this person, and their intention is not to commit to this person with this Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Again, very good news for you. All right. And so as we look to the next message of the Five of Swords in the reverse, this speaks of you. Okay. So Sagittarius, there is a lot of fire energy in this reading. So what I want to make the connection, the obvious connection, which is that you are indeed a fire sign. You bring the fire to every situation that you're in. Okay. So it's not even something that you have to do purposely or think about. You just come with that fire. And in your fiery nature, I think a lot of you have expressed, whether through your words or your deeds with your person, you're not standing for the situation in some way, that you're going to I hear Spirit saying you're going to burn them up for what they're doing to you right now, right? Like, oh yeah, you're going to pay through quote unquote hellfire for what you're doing to me. What Spirit is saying with this Five of Swords in the reverse is that kind of energy you kind of have to pull back on if your intention, Sagittarius, is to get this third party out of the way and actually put your connection back together in a solid manner. All right. So think about what your end goal is. If your end goal is to like get the third party gone and then burn your person, well, then, all right, that's something that's well within your power to do. But if your intention, Sagittarius, is truly to get this third party gone so that you can heal this rift and make your connection more solid, Spirit is saying pull back on that thought that you have that, you know what, I can do the same thing they're doing and I can do it better, and I can show them who the fuck I am. Like, pull back on that, because that energy, or even the thought of pushing that energy out towards your person, if you don't even intend on acting on it, they're picking up on that. Your person is picking up on that, and it's causing this third party thing to go on longer. It's causing it to become more messy for you. All right. So we're looking at the most straightforward way of getting your connection back together. And so you really have to temper your energy, and you really have to, you know, watch what vibes you're putting out there to your person. All right. In order to draw them back in the way that you would like to draw them back in. So, with this message, Sag, of the Knight of Wands, uh, this this is a, so if we think about the traditional meaning, right, Sag, of the Knight of Wands in the tarot, the Knight of Wands is that very charming knight that rides in and is everything that you ever wanted. That knight that gets what they want out of you and then takes off, right? That's who the Knight of Wands is traditionally in the tarot. And this third party embodies that type of energy. So your person is indeed giving them something that the third part the okay, so your person is giving the third party something that the third party deems valuable, whether that's money, whether that's status, whether, you know, whatever that is. And that is why the third party is specifically with your person. Again, your person doesn't feel a love, quote unquote, love connection. There's not emotion involved when they think about this person. And this person doesn't have a love feeling connection with your person, Sag. So there's no love here to be lost between the two of them. They're basically spending time together just to be spending time. It's nothing so serious that you cannot get in the middle of this and break it down, right? So when you think about getting your person back and making your connection stronger, this strength card was right on point. This is very, very doable for you, Sagittarius. All right. So if your confidence, because of your person being with a third party in the first place, if your confidence, Sagittarius, has taken a hit, understand there's no need for that. There's no need for you to lack confidence. You got this. You got this. You're in a perfect position here to act on this. So with this Page of Cups in the reverse, your person, Sagittarius, actually, they expect to get what they expect to see from you as this moves forward is they expect a really negative emotional reaction. They also expect immaturity in that emotional reaction, right? So they expect you to act out badly. They expect you to act in a way that is immature, and to them that's saying that you're emotionally, excuse me, that was a sneeze that wanted to come out, that you're emotionally tied to them, right? So this is their expectation, not saying at all that this is what you are doing or should be doing, because it's not. It's just their expectation. This is what they expect from you here. And so know what's expected of you, because if you know what's expected of you, you can transcend that and give them something very different. All right. And so our next message that comes through with the Six of Swords in the reverse, the strength that you have that you can act on in this situation is for those of you especially that have not left. If you're still engaged with your person, even though this third party has been in your way, this is actually one of your strengths in this situation of putting it back together. You're there, you're in the situation, you haven't left. There's no blocking the person and all that kind of stuff that you would have to first work through, Spirit says, in order to even approach them about the getting back together, right? And this Six of Swords in the reverse is also telling me that this has your third, not your third party, but your person's third party on edge. Like, they're like, now I know I've been freaking walking around town with Sag's person on my arm, and yeah, Sag is still there. Like, I've been playing all these games, doing all this shit, being seen, and yeah, you know, I'm working on getting from Sag's person what I want, but at the same time, I'm trying to freak Sag out. I'm trying to get rid of Sag, right? But the opposite is true for many of you. And for those of you who may have walked away from your person, if you're looking to get this back together, and this only makes logical sense, but Spirit is saying it here in this card, it's time to reapproach your person and start to do those things that we talked about with this Page of Pentacles in the beginning. Start to think about those things that your person used to love in the beginning and start to slowly roll those out, right? It's almost like being an actress or an actor in a sense where you're rolling out the honey, the good stuff that you know will attract them back. So if you have left your person, you know, it's time to start making your way back into the situation because you already know that's where you want to be. And I would by no means advise anyone, let me make this clear. I would by no means advise anyone to step back into a situation unless they are certain this is the person for them. This has been a hiccup that can be worked on, resolved, and it will make our situation stronger. Don't just be chasing the person to be chasing them. That's my personal advice. But for those of you wanting to make this situation solid again, the strong advice coming through that will give you the upper hand is to stay engaged in this situation or get engaged once again with your person. Because I think your person, truly Sagittarius, with this energy we talked about here of the Six of Cups and the familiarity, they know the pain they're causing. They know the hurt and the damage that they're doing. Okay? And here's the thing, they're wondering really, even if they haven't expressed it to you, and especially if they haven't expressed it to you, they're like, why is Sag still here? Like, because this is so wrong. What I'm like, they have a conscience with the Six of Cups. Whereas a lot of individuals, when they're in a connection and then they step out to a third party, they're doing it without conscience. Your person has a conscience, especially when it comes to you, because these cups do represent emotion and the emotional connection and even love and tenderness, especially is what I'm feeling with this card, and the feelings that they have for you in their heart of hearts. They feel a very tender emotional connection with you, right? Which makes what they're doing even more stupid, but the feelings are there. They're there for you, Sag, not for this third party. There's no kind of tenderness and emotion. This thing with this third party is more about opportunity, them being an opportunist, and maybe possibly opportunities that this third party can put in front of them that they could take advantage of, right? So the love and tenderness is with you. And you engaging in the situation with your person, Sag, this is like, this is like, it's really getting to them on an emotional level that you're there, whether you realize it or not, whether they act like it or not. The fact that you're still there is haunting them in a way when they step out with this third party to do what they do. And the longer this has gone on, so for some of you, if this has been this third party situation has been going on for quite some time, the longer it's happened, the more they engage with that third party and know that you're there for them, the more feelings of guilt and the more what's the word I'm looking for? It's like they're at cross paths with themselves, right? Like on one hand, they're over here, ha ha, having so much fun, and on the other hand, they've got these pangs of guilt that are just getting stronger and stronger about what they're doing because they know where their heart lies, and they know, more importantly, where your heart lies, right? You do need to be strong in your actions because you don't want to just be ran over by someone. But at the same time, understand what your mere presence is doing to this person, Sagittarius. Like, I can't even adequately put into words um, the strength of the emotion that I'm feeling in your person. So it is something. So with this 3 of Swords, right? Um, when you really make your move with your person, and one thing that I'm seeing with this underlying energy of the moon in the reverse over this situation is there is a secret here. And if you're not aware of what that secret is as of yet, I do feel like very, very soon, like in the next upcoming days here, something's going to be revealed to you in which it's a secret that your person didn't want you to know. Like it's something going on with this third party in secret. And some of you already know what this is, but that you were never supposed to find out about, right? Sag was never supposed to find out about this. And when that is revealed and you confront your person, because that's really your power move, it's going to cause pain for them. And this pain is actually going to wake them up in a sense. It's kind of like this person will be forced to look into the mirror at themselves. And I know this isn't a mirror, but that's how it showed itself to me for a moment. They're going to look into the mirror at themselves and think, no lie. And some of you are going to laugh when I say this because you're going to be like, oh, no way. But trust me when I tell you, they're going to look into the mirror and they're going to say, like, what kind of monster am I to have done this to my Sagittarius? And that opening of them having that powerful reaction is going to be your opportunity to really step in and have the heart to heart without fighting, the heart to heart that is going to connect you back to this person and going to start the pushing away by your person of this third party. They will push them away on their own once this connection, this heart to heart, where you're able to put everything on the line and you are able to state, and this is the most important part, You, Sagittarius, during that conversation, without argument, without, cursing and screaming and yelling, you're going to need to communicate what your expectations are going forward. And your person, I don't even think they'll give you the strong emotional reaction you think they should in that moment. But trust me when I tell you, when they walk away from that conversation with you, that conversation and your list of expectations is going to be all they think about. And that and how they can do it and what they need to do and what the hell kind of fool have I been is going to be the thoughts going through their mind. And that cycle of thoughts is when they start to push away, ignore, stay away, tell the third party it's over. All right? Trust me when I say, I'm not saying this is going to be an easy process because this is going to call for a lot of emotional control on your part. But if you can get through this, keeping your emotions in check and doing just as was stated here, your chances of success are assured. And you may need to even come back during all of this playing out to listen to this reading again and maybe again so that you can get clear and stay clear on what it is you need to do. Because during emotional upheavals of sorts, it's hard to keep your head about you. And that's exactly what Spirit is saying. If you keep your head about you, and especially during that heart-to-heart conversation that I outlined, your person is going to, first of all, marvel at the control you have. And it's going to cause in them such an emotional upheaval that they will make the necessary changes. All right, Sagittarius. So I hope that that is clear. And I wish you everything you want in love and happiness. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do at this time, because in the coming days, you'll want to hear those messages coming through for you, Sag. It's been my pleasure, and I thank you for being with me here tonight. Best of luck, Sag.